Eu não quero ir mais para lá. Por favor, acho que está bom aqui. Não, não, por que você está fazendo isso? Não, não, por favor, socorro, alguém me ajude. Não.
March 1st, 1998. Today, once again, I find myself in the same situation. Bills scattered on the table and nothing to pay them with. I've been months without a steady job, and opportunities seem to be getting farther away. The rent is overdue, and I'm afraid the landlord might evict me. I've sold almost everything I had to try to survive, but it feels like the weight only gets heavier. I wonder how much longer I can take this. I try to think of solutions, but with each passing day, the hole seems to get deeper. Sometimes, I catch myself dreaming about how nice it would be to have a job that would make me independent, maybe something like modeling, who knows. I've tried so many times, but maybe, just maybe, this time I might get something different. I just wish things would go right for once in my life. March 15th, 1998. Today, something unexpected happened. I was leaving the Jabaquara subway station, trying not to think about my problems, when a man approached me. He said he was a photographer and worked for a modeling agency. I must admit, I was surprised, even a bit suspicious, but he seemed so professional. He showed me a business card, talked about job opportunities, and even mentioned a major cosmetics brand. He watched me with a calm, confident smile, as if he already knew I would say yes. I started thinking, could my luck finally be changing? He scheduled a photo session for next week. Maybe this will change everything. I don't know why, but something tells me I should take this chance. March 21st, 1998. The day of the photo session arrived. I must admit, I was nervous, but I tried not to show it. When I met Marcos at the park entrance, he was just as before, calm, smiling, and full of confidence. We started walking through the park, and he kept talking about how the light was perfect and how I had a standout profile. No matter how much I tried to relax, something inside me didn't feel right. Maybe it was just nerves. After all, this was the chance I had been waiting for. But as we moved further away from the busier parts of the park, I started to feel a chill down my spine. I mentioned that perhaps it would be better if we stayed closer to where there were more people, but he insisted, saying that the spot ahead was perfect. I tried to smile, but the anxiety only grew. Was it just my paranoia?
March 22nd, 1998. I don't know if I can describe what happened. It all feels like a blur of terror. We kept moving further and further away, and when I finally insisted that we should turn back, his expression changed. The friendly look disappeared, replaced by something cold and calculating. That's when he grabbed me. He pulled me with force and tried to tie my hands with a shoelace. I panicked, fought with all the strength I had, and luckily, I managed to escape. I ran as fast as I could, feeling the branches tearing at my clothes and skin. My heart was pounding so hard it felt like it was going to burst. I looked back and saw his shadow following me. I'd never felt such fear in my life. I ran until I couldn't feel my legs anymore, until I finally found a group of people and begged for help. I'm alive, but I will never be the same again.
March 25th, 1998. I'm in the hospital now, and it still feels like a nightmare I can't wake up from. The doctors told me that physically I'm okay, despite the cuts and scratches. But what about my mind? I feel like I'm in a parallel world where the fear never goes away. The police came to question me today, and when I recounted everything I could remember, the tears just wouldn't stop. They said I'm one of the few who managed to escape. I can't stop thinking about what would have happened if I hadn't run. The news keeps talking about the Maníaco du Parque, and I know he's still out there. Every shadow, every movement outside my room, makes me shiver. Will I ever be able to leave here without looking over my shoulder? April 10th, 1998. It's been weeks since the attack, and I still can't find peace. The newspapers won't stop talking about the Maniaco du Parque, and with every report, I feel like I'm reliving that moment. His image is everywhere, on TV, in the papers, even on the bulletin boards at the police station when I went to give more statements. Sometimes, I catch myself wondering if he's out there, walking among people as if nothing happened. Every time I leave the house, I scan every face, expecting to see that smile hiding something dark. I can't relax. It feels like, at any moment, he could find me again. I don't know if I'll ever be able to move on. The fear that he's still around is constant, and I don't know how to live with it anymore.
Francisco de Assis Pereira, known as the Parque Maniac, was arrested in August 1998 after an intense police manhunt that lasted several weeks. In July of that year, authorities found 6 bodies in São Paulo's Ibirapuera Park, which attracted media attention and prompted survivors to come forward and describe the perpetrator to the police. Based on their statements and the composite sketch, the investigation focused on a motorcycle courier company where the police discovered the ID of one of the victims, linking Pereira to the crimes. Realizing he was being pursued, Pereira fled to Itaqui in Rio Grande do Sul. There, he was recognized by a fisherman who had seen his photo in the news and informed the police. He was subsequently arrested and, during a 72-hour interrogation, confessed to the murders, also revealing the location of additional remains that had not yet been found. Following his confession, Francisco de Assis Pereira was sentenced to over 260 years in prison. In prison, he attracted media attention and numerous admirers, even marrying a 60-year-old woman who visited him regularly.
October 30th, 1998. Months have passed, but it feels like I'm trapped in an endless cycle of fear. I'm living as if he's always watching me, waiting for the right moment to appear. I've taped newspaper clippings to my window, all with headlines about the case. Maybe it's my way of trying to maintain control over something, but it doesn't work. Every time I see an update, my heart races. I hear footsteps in the hallway of my building and freeze, imagining he might be there, looking for me. I no longer trust anyone, and the idea that he's still out there, somewhere, haunts me. I don't know how to move on. Will I ever be able to leave this behind? October 10th, 2028. 30 years have passed, but it feels like it was yesterday. Today, when I opened the newspaper, I saw a piece of news that froze me. The Maníaco du Parque could be released soon. The law that limits prison time seems so unfair to me. He took so many lives, destroyed so many families. And I, who escaped by a miracle, feel the fear returning with full force. I'm older now, life has moved on, but the trauma remains. And now, the thought that he could be out there, free, is like reliving the nightmare. I look out the window and think about how things have changed, but the terror of seeing him around the corner paralyzes me. Will he ever really leave me in peace? If this story sent chills down your spine, there's so much more waiting for you. Don't miss out, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a terrifying tale. Join our community of horror lovers and dive into the dark side with scary stories to you, where fear is just a click away.